Hello Virgo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please go check out the other videos that may pertain to your sun, moon, or rising signs. That'll give you a much more dynamic picture of what's going on this week. All right, let's get started. What is it that Virgo needs to know? What is the message for Virgo for this coming week? Let's find out. The Hierophant. Okay, let's put that Hierophant into some context, shall we? Now we're going to lay out the 10 cards for our Celtic Cross, as we usually do, but we are also going to select an 11th card. 11 is the number of magic, 11 is the continuation of the spiral, and this is going to be our confirmation card at the very end. I'm not going to look at this until we've looked at everything else, so let's get started here. I think that there is some issue going on with a larger group that you are associated with. With the Hierophant card here, I think this is either some person or some group that you really look up to, you really admire, and you really maybe take guidance from them, right? And I feel like with this situation, there is a lot for you to be receiving. There's a lot to gain from this situation. We have also the Queen of Wands that's kind of crossing your path this week. So I think that with this larger group, now I don't know if this is really an employer or a career thing, because I'm not seeing a lot of indications of that. There really aren't any other Earth cards except for that Hierophant, which is Taurus, which is an Earth card. And now I think that this really is your connection with this larger group, and this could be just a charitable organization. It could be a church or a lodge or an order or a temple or just some kind of community organization, or this could be a relationship with an older, wiser family member even. Someone that you really kind of take guidance from and you look up to and respect. So it could be a person or an organization, right? So we have that with the Hierophant card. But crossing that this week is this very strong, outgoing, opinionated, very strong-willed, and maybe somewhat temperamental person. I don't know if this is someone who is coming from this organization, who is approaching you with some of this kind of aggressive or dominating energy, right? If this is resonating with you, please let me know in the comments below. I feel like this is kind of maybe an emissary from this group of people or this organization that you're associated with. I feel like there's somebody there now who's kind of coming out and approaching you with some kind of aggressive energy. Maybe a little bit just kind of dominating, a little bit opinionated, like I said, strong-willed, and maybe has a little bit of this fighting spirit. I don't know if there's something going on with someone in that situation, but I feel like someone's coming at you with this fiery energy, and it's kind of knocking you back on your heels a little bit. Okay, let's see if we could get into a little bit of this. In the recent past, we do have this Prince of Swords, so I think maybe there was something going on with this person before, some kind of a disagreement or a conflict that you might have had, and now I think this week it's really going to kind of escalate. Okay, I think that it might be reaching that level of you know, they're just really mad about something, right? I don't know what that is, but I feel like it might have involved some deceit, some lying, some kind of scandal that was going on. This could be something in the way of infidelity, perhaps, in a relationship, because there's a lot of water here. So whatever's going on really has an emotional connection to it, a very emotional vibe to this. So if there was some kind of scandal or lying or deceit or treachery or some kind of secret that maybe was revealed, some kind of gossip or something like that going on, we have this as an underlying card here saying that, you know, this might be all based on this the perception of this scandal or this deceit or this lying, something like that. And I feel like the communication in the past didn't really go so well, though you tried to kind of work it out, but now this person is just kind of a little bit more heated, a little bit more angry about whatever's going on. And then we also have the Hanged Man at the top of the spread here. And I think the Hanged Man is saying a couple of things. One, that you need to change your perspective on this situation and assess how you're looking at this, how you're approaching this. So, with the Hanged Man, it is in some sense the changing of perspective, right? So the way you're looking at this situation needs to change a little bit, perhaps, at least approach it from some different angles to see what might really be going on or how you could handle it better. And this is also kind of indicating that, this is just a bad situation. Whatever happened has happened, and the consequences are going to be there, and you're going to have to just kind of take your lumps on this one. Whatever it was that happened, you can't really change what happened or what was going on, which I do think is related to this moon card. There was some kind of treachery or lying or some kind of secrecy involved, or a secret maybe that was revealed, some kind of like gossip in that way. But it happened, and everyone, I think, just has to kind of accept it and accept the consequences. And even if those consequences are that the two of you aren't friends anymore, or don't work together, or associate with each other, whoever this person is. And I think you probably know this far into the reading who I'm talking about. But let's move on now to the immediate future. That's some good news here, is we have the Three of Cups in the immediate future. So the keyword for this card is abundance. It's a lot of love. It's a lot of just kind of good feelings, and the sky is clear, the water is calm. So it seems to me that this situation, it's going to kind of reach a climax, but then it's going to die off, and it's going to be fine. Things are going to return to a nice, happy, sunny, calm place, and you're not really going to be any worse off for this. It's just kind of a crappy situation, right? I mean, I don't think it doesn't sound all that pleasant to me anyway. But in the immediate future, I think the two of you are going to hash it out. You're going to have this fight, this argument, and then that's going to be it, right? So I think it's really going to everyone's just going to kind of get their anger out, get their frustration out, and it's going to come back to a stable place. Now, this stable place could be the two of you not talking to each other ever again, but at least there's going to be some resolution, some calm after the storm, and things are going to get back to a really, really good, happy, healthy, abundant place for you. So in your immediate future, I do see that rest, that calm, that love and abundance, not from this person and not necessarily involving this person, but you are going to have that in the future. So as soon as you're done with this situation, just be done with it, right? Don't linger, and don't keep it going unnecessarily. Just hash it out, do what you got to do. Endure the consequences, like we said with the Hanged Man here, and maybe change the way you've been approaching the situation. Maybe you could just admit a little bit of fault, or not. It's up to you. But I think after this kind of climax, it's going to be better. It's going to be more stable and calm for you, okay? Don't forget to hit that like button, and please subscribe to this channel. I appreciate you all so much for helping this channel grow. We really couldn't do it without all of you, so thank you so much. Moving on here, we see the Ten of Cups as kind of your headspace, where you are at. This is some emotions that really just have reached their end. So that's why, again, I'm saying that this is some kind of a very emotional situation that happened. Whatever it was has really kind of drained your emotions, or they have progressed and they've gotten so intense, and you've been so emotional about this that now it's almost like you've ran out of tears, right? Or you've just run out of this emotional energy, and you just can't do it anymore. So I think that you really have felt all you're going to feel in this situation. I think it's been very intense and very tense, and you've reached the end of the line. You've just you've cried all you could cry. You've had the most intense emotions surrounding this, and now you're just kind of like exhausted by it all. And the Ten of Cups is really saying that in this situation. I think you've exhausted your emotions. They've reached the breaking point. They've reached just like that climax that we were talking about, where it's just like it's as intense as it could get, and now it's going to have to it's going to have to drain and relax and calm down and come down to a more calm level. Okay, so I think that is kind of where you are coming from. Now, in terms of this other person, or maybe the environment, or a little bit more about this situation, we have the Wheel of Fortune card. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in your environment, what is this saying? This might be indicating, again, that there was some kind of this emotional situation that you're in, this conflict with this person in this larger organization or group, or this, maybe it's this person that you looked up to, that you respected, kind of a mentor kind of person. But I really think that this issue may have started because of either some jealousy over someone's success and their wealth or their prosperity that they've come into. So it could be kind of just related to a little bit of envy, or it could be a situation where one of you feels that the other is keeping you down, right? Keeping you on the bottom of this wheel while they try to get to the very top of this wheel. Okay, so it could be that, and that those two ideas are very closely related. I think it's either the jealousy and envy over someone's success, and maybe that success, it feels like they've kind of pushed you down to the bottom of that wheel so that they can climb up and reach that achievement. Okay, so I think that's the indication we're getting from this Wheel of Fortune here today. Now, in terms of what the future is going to bring, how is this energy going to develop into the long-term future? Well, we've got the Knight of Swords. So we had the Prince of Swords, which is showing that this kind of working it out and communicating didn't really work. It just kind of escalated things. Now we see one last kind of ditch effort to communicate, or to express our opinions. So this might be that decisive action that's taken for you to resolve this. Okay, I think in order for you to get back to the immediate future of this kind of calm state where your emotions have kind of run their course, you've cried all the tears you can, you've had all of the frustration that you could handle, and now it's going to have to break and get back to this kind of calm. You can relax, you can take a breath. I think it's going to require some very quick, decisive actions on your part. Now, this could just be expressing your truth in very simple terms, just one sentence. Just say it and be done and be over it and get through the situation and move on. But I think this is really that just very swift, quick, decisive action or communication, or just that last that last text message to just say, I'm done, I never want to talk to you again. Or whatever it is, whatever decision you decide, right? Whatever action you decide to take in this situation needs to be very clear cut, very decisive and immediate and final, right? And we're getting that vibe from this Knight of Swords here. Now, in terms of long-term outcome, or what the result of all of this energy is, we have, very interestingly, the Lust or Strength card, and this is Major Arcana number 11, in the Thoth deck at least. So this, in terms of your future outcome, kind of the long-term forecast for this situation, is you really coming back into your power. I think that if this was a situation involving a mentor, someone you looked up to and respected, someone who was maybe a superior in the company that you worked for or the organization that we're talking about. Because with that Hierophant, again, like I was saying, this is like a greater, larger group of people. So this person that you're having this conflict with maybe is like your superior, or just someone that you looked up to in this organization, employer, this company, church, lodge, temple, whatever. But now I think after you have gone through all of this, I think you are now going to take that role. You are now going to be that superior person in this organization. I think you're going to come into your own power here, and you're going to start really maturing and really growing and taking on more of that leadership role, just with yourself and your life. So you're going to really kind of get out from underneath this person And through this situation, I think you're really going to come into your own, and you're going to be that superior person that everyone looks up to, or you're going to take the role of the mentor rather than the mentee, and you're going to have that superior role, or at least you're going to be feeling like that, and you're going to have the ambition to be that. Through this situation, I really think that you're learning to take hold of your own power, right? You're taking your strength, your ambition, your fiery energy here, and you're really utilizing that to be the leader, to be the superior, to be kind of on top, and be, be above all of this kind of petty stuff, for one thing. But you might actually be literally taking the place of this person in this organization, or whatever it is. So rather than being, kind of the more humble, submissive one, or the kind of inferior, not morally inferior, but in terms of the hierarchy of an organization, right? There's workers, there's supervisors, managers, whatever. I think you're taking on more of a leadership role in that sense. So you're kind of improving your position through this, and you're taking hold of your power and you're using it. So I think that is a really good forecast for the future. I think this started out as a pretty negative situation, but I really think that the effects of it, the consequences after you've endured all of this, I think the end result really is going to be better for you. I think you're really going to come into your own, and like I said, you're really going to be taking hold of your power, okay? Virgo, let's look at that 11th card and see what kind of a confirmation this gives us in terms of this reading that we're in the middle of. So this is the Knight of Cups. All right, so this is that fiery energy, but it's a fiery energy that is expressive of emotions and needs and desires and wants. And I really think that part of the issue now is you're going to be, with this leadership, with this taking of your power back, you're going to be way more ready and capable and willing to express your needs, your desires, your thoughts, opinions, and your energy, right? It's not just going to be a subservient kind of inferior role in this organization or in this kind of relationship, this group that we're talking about, but you're going to be the one who's really going to speak up and stand out and speak your truth. And with all of this power that you have, I think it naturally flows into this Knight of Cups, where you are just very ready to express yourself, stand up for yourself, and express whatever it is that you're feeling and needing, and your goals and your everything, right? You're going to have this confidence to really speak up for yourself. So that's a nice confirmation too, that if you were in this mode of kind of looking up to this person and feeling kind of less than, now you are greater than all of this, and you're going to be very capable of expressing yourself and standing up for yourself. And I think that is very, very important. Virgo, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. If you want to see the extended version of this, you can become a member of this channel, and all of the information is down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot forecast. Thank you.